guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we got a new DOKKANFEST TUR, a 200% lead DOKKANFEST exclusive TUR, and he is a very powerful character in this Kid Goku. Unfortunately though, Raditz is on his banner, so the Raditz curse has befallen our poor Kid Goku, right? Not top grossing like in Kid Goku from a couple years ago, but he's cursed to be one of the worst selling banners ever because of Raditz. Oh, Raditz. Let's just jump in. There's a lot of change. I actually moved a couple of units around quite a bit since the last one of these I've done. What I do is I will update these when a new unit of that caliber comes out, right? So the last one of these lists we did was at the start of August, when DOKKANFEST Tech Pan was new on JP. She, of course, has already come to Global, which is definitely surprising. So next we're going to grab Physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I say next, but he's number 10 on this list here. So we have him at 10, and I could kind of slide in Kid Buu. I would put Super Saiyan 3 Goku above Kid Buu, but Kid Buu kind of like is not far behind. Kid Buu with a proper team, I would probably have on this list than Super Saiyan 3 Goku not on there. It's not even really that this guy, like, oh, as it turns out, he's a fraud or something like that. It's just that, you know, this guy came out last December. There's been many DOKKANFests that have released since then, right? It's just natural power creep. It's how things go. This guy is very, very good still, very strong. Right? Like, it's not really too much to criticize. It's just that, you know, RNG can be a little bit annoying. First transforming into Super Saiyan 3 Goku and then, you know, him getting a lot of attacks off. Defensively, he's not as high as I would like. Definitely a strong character, but I don't know. I'm not the super craziest about this guy, right? Like, for the most part, he's just, like, doing damage. That's it. That's what he's doing. Which, guess what? We have a billion of those. That's not hard to find. Now, I was actually struggling. Next, we have the blue Goku and Vegeta right here. Here's the thing. This unit is, like, I think they're, like, fine or okay right now. But it's like, if we get any sort of jump up in difficulty, this character's going to age very poorly. I am going to warn global players right now, like, this unit came out in May, and already I've soured quite a bit on them just from extended usage of them. Since the last time I did one of these tier lists, we have the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone, right? Which is basically just a bunch of difficult stages around the level of, like, Red Zone Broly, Red Zone Omega, right? But they're kind of structured in a slightly different way, whereas a lot of the movie and GT Red Zone fights are long, grueling fights. A lot of the Wicked Bloodline ones are very quick, and it's like, this Goku can get crushed right away, and Vegeta I find to be really good if he has his 3 Rainbow Orbs. One of the big problems with this character here is this. His Rainbow Orb changing being restricted for 3 turns, I don't understand what the purpose of this is. I don't get it. And especially, like, dude, look at DOKKANFEST Kid Goku, who just has, you know, permanent orb changing, and then he's a million times better. It's just very bizarre. Right? This unit is undertuned. I feel like you could probably end up saying this will be, like, the worst release of the year. In terms of, like, animations, hype of the character, strength of the kits, like, all of it. This might be the worst DOKKANFEST of the year, actually. The blue Goku and blue Vegeta. Again, they're good. Vegeta is strong if he's got his 3 Rainbow Key Spheres. I really like Vegeta. But it's like, you gotta get there, and then you've only got the 3 turns of orb changing. It's just a weird design. I have soured on this unit quite a bit, for sure. I'm gonna leave them in front of Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but I'm even thinking about that. But we'll leave that. We'll leave that. Okay, next we're gonna get Tech Ultimate Gohan. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's like when I start thinking about moving characters, like, off the list or moving characters down, and then, you know, it's like, okay, is it time to push off Tech Gohan? It's like, no, like, at this point, I'm taking him above these other characters. Like, yeah, tough. This guy's still good. I would argue that the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone is actually more in line of the type of content that could phase this guy out. Because a lot of those Wicked Bloodline fights right away, right, are just doing insane amounts of damage. In order for this guy to be phased out, it would need to be like a very short, difficult event, where you need like, you know, 1,000,000 defense, 500k defense turn 1, 700k defense turn 1 is the type of stuff that would phase this guy out. We'll see what's gonna happen, right? The other thing too is this guy is sort of bubbling, I feel like, because like, are we gonna get like a huge like hybrid Saiyan like type meta shift when Beast Gohan comes out? Like, what are the chances Beast Gohan is just the best unit in the game? I'd say it's a reasonable, right? Possible. I remember when the last time we got like actual new content, the Broly movie, and I remember Gogeta and Broly on release, and it was like, oh my god, like they were so busted, right? Both of them. So, I mean, I'm not going to be shocked if Beast Gohan is number 1 LR, number 1 TUR, whatever the hell he ends up being. And then he's probably going to link up well with Tech Ultimate Gohan. And then Tech Ultimate Gohan is in a good spot, right? Like, I wouldn't be shocked. Tech Ultimate Gohan is, like, the most controversial unit in history for, like, no reason, right? Like, he's great. It's just, damage-wise, it's not the most impressive. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to file in line with this, like, oh, he does good damage, so they're a good unit. Again, damage is so free and easy for all these good characters. Damage does not equate to a good unit. No way. Definitely not. Not these days. Alright, so next, we will grab AGL Cell. Now, you know what's funny is, after using these characters in the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone, we can grab the next one, which is Goku and Gohan as well. I've soured a little bit on these guys as well. AGL Cell, I've been telling people. First form Cell and second form Cell are not all that. Dude, he gets cooked. These first two forms are just very unimpressive, right? When you get to Perfect Cell, he's like God. Perfect Cell is ridiculous, but it can be tough in like the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone when you've got these guys coming around. Like neither of these are special at all, right? Like they get cooked bad. Perfect Cell dominates, but you got to get there. The other thing too is that his teams, it's like in the Red Zone for the movie and GT, all the toughest bosses are doing Ki Blast super attacks. So you have like the tech androids, and you have 19 and 20 and stuff like that who could kind of like, you know, just stop that and block that for him. But, you know, the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone, you're going against all these, like, melee super bosses and, you know, undefined super attack bosses, which takes away a lot of the defensive ability of the android team. I like Cell. The thing about a lot of these characters now is that they just need units for their teams, right? Like, we can go through, dude, so many of these characters, their teams are just not good enough. The Blues, Cell, Pan, Goku and Gohan, Majin, Vegeta, it's like none of these DOKKANFEST TUR's teams are like good enough, right? It's like we're still, you know, even though it has been, you know, what, 8 months, 9 months where we've had 200% leaders, we're still adapting to the 200% lead meta, right? Like these teams are still getting characters filled in. That's why like the best teams by far would be like LR Vegeta and Trunks' team, which is just filled up with like every unit in the game basically, or like LR Cooler's team, which has just had all these mega top tier options added to it this year, right? LR Golden Frieza, LR Metal Cooler, LR Final Form Cooler. But a lot of these other teams, it's like you really have got to like fill in holes, like real gaps in a lot of these teams. And then Goku and Gohan, we all know the deal with them. Goku is a bit subpar. His dodge can be very effective, though, in some of these fights. You know, I don't know, Cell Max or, you know, some of these tough Wicked Bloodline Red Zone fights, because it's very difficult to just tank in these fights. So Goku with his high chance to dodge can be very good. The one thing I really dislike about this Goku, though, which is so stupid, is this. They should not have done this. Having Goku drop to a medium chance to dodge from the 6th turn is just so stupid. You have bosses that can seal, bosses that can do so much nonsense. Goku did not need to be cucked this way, right? Especially because it can be difficult to, you know, exchange in a Gohan. Gohan is really, really good, but he himself can even get cooked. Those first couple hits, like, it really matters how the first couple of hits are going to go on him. If you can get, like, those first 2 hits and it's not, like, a super attack, then you can really, really jump into it, right? If you're able to get his Ki Blast counter off, he just does so much damage with that. Like, this Goku and Gohan unit is definitely good, and it's definitely a character I do like when I'm using just one of it on the team rather than 2. But dude, the Blues, Cell, Goku and Gohan, probably Pan. Most of these characters, I don't want to use 2 of on a team, right? A lot of these 200% leaders. Dokkan has intentionally designed a lot of these characters in this way, right? Next we have Majin Vegeta. Majin Vegeta is hanging in there, right? Like, he's steadily climbing the list. It's just like, whereas a lot of these characters have got some of these flaws built in, which Majin Vegeta does as well, right? He needs his 6 key spheres, and he needs a Trunks character in the game, but, oh, right, Trunks is the best goddamn unit in the game now. So that skyrockets Majin Vegeta. You know, I don't mean to be rude to Majin Vegeta, but he's a fraud without LR Vegeta and Trunks, but, I mean, they dropped LR Vegeta and Trunks. You know, if we take a look at just Trunks in here, we can see that it's actually, like, really sad. In 2021, they dropped, like, 80 Trunks units, and they all suck. They're all, like, bad. Like, it's like, you go through this, like, this guy's 2021, this guy's 2021, right? This guy EZ in 2021, this guy's 2021, right? Like, actually go through it, right? This guy EZ in 2021, this guy came out in 2021, and they're all mid. All of them. This guy came out in 2021, right? It's like, it's just very sad. That, like, none of them are good enough, like, for, like, sort of, like, this red zone meta, but they gave Majin Vegeta a bone by dropping the best unit in the game, Vegeta and Trunks. So, with that character out there, Majin Vegeta, you could take full advantage of his damage reduction, and the thing that's really crazy about this guy, again, his placement on this list is we're using him next to Vegeta and Trunks. Dude, this wins fights right here. Because he creates, 9 int orbs, and then Vegeta and Trunks get that, and then they heal up 500,000 HP. It's crazy. Like, they're such a devilish combo, Majin Vegeta and Trunks. I really like it quite a bit. Dude, that healing with Vegeta and Trunks, oh my god, is that important. Because even the best units in the game, defensively, Tech Gohan, Carnival Goku, LR Vegeta and Trunks, the best defensive units in the game from these tough red zone bosses are still taking 200, 300, 400k damage a lot of the time. It's like, you got to be able to heal up too. And Majin Vegeta makes that really possible by creating int orbs. They definitely could have done better by this guy, but dropping the best character in the game as a Trunks really helped this guy. As long as Trunks is good, this guy will be good. This guy probably will age pretty good too with that damage reduction, but it's just conditional on, are you like running Trunks? Like, if you're building a team with Vegeta and Trunks on it, they're probably going to be like the first unit you go to, which then means you could grab this guy. But the second Trunks is ass again, this guy will certainly fall off. But right now, he's in a very good spot. I love that Majin Vegeta. Really good. Int is a good typing right now, too, since the toughest boss in the game, Cell Max, is Tech, right? So Int characters, I definitely do think, get a little bit of bonus points for, participating against that Cell Max fight. Okay, so next we have the tech androids in here. I do really like the tech androids, right? In terms of, like, 2021 TURs, I do feel like they're a step ahead. Eventually, I feel like ranking the 2021 TURs, it'll be the androids, Kid Buu, then Physical Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but Physical Super Saiyan 3 has 8 200% teams, whatever the hell it is, and then it's like Kid Buu's got none, right? Kid Buu with a 200% leader that works well for him is, I think, better than Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but he doesn't have that yet. Now, the androids, they're going to be good for quite a while with their Ki Blast nullification, with their active skill Ghost Usher ability. They basically just have a better version of what Pikkon can do, pretty much. They can heal a lot with a lot of tech key spheres. They've got seals. This character just has a lot of intangibles, right? They're doing a lot of things that are not just, oh my god, look at this damage, or oh, look at this raw defensive stat, right? They're just combining a bunch of really good stuff. They got additionals built in, the nullification. They're doing a lot of very, very strong abilities. So this Tech Androids unit, I think, is actually very, very powerful, right? I do think that they're still very good. They're definitely a lot better if the enemy is using Ki Blast super attacks. But I really, more designs like this and less like this is what we want, right? Like, this is just, oh, they get attack and defense here and attack and defense here. That's it, right? Whereas here, it's like, oh, they got this nullification and they've got the Ghost Usher, right? Like, this is what we want. Stuff like this. This ages well and just performs a lot better overall. Okay, so now we get to the top 3. Next, we can go ahead and bring in DOKKANFEST Pan. Now, I think Pan is ridiculously powerful, super good, very strong. Her weakness is more so in the units around her, the weakness of her team, right? Like, again, a lot of these characters, these teams just aren't filled out enough. You know, I like what they did with the Ginyu Force, but, like, they didn't really do that for, like, any other team besides the Ginyu Force, right? Like, oh, here, let's just drop this option, this option, this option added new to the team, right? It's like Pan gets the Trunks and Gyro banner unit who are, like, okay, right? Like, she gets, like, a free-to-play Super Saiyan Goku who's, like, okay, right? Like, that is what hurts her. The newest addition to the list, I guess we might as well finish it out since I'm talking about him. Number 2, we, of course, have Captain Ginyu, and then number 1 is the GOAT. So this Kid Goku actually is a nice addition. Like, he's very good on Pan's team. He helps Pan out quite a bit, right? Pan is really powerful. She's kind of like the natural progression of, like, Blue Kaioken Goku, right? Like, Pan is the modern day version of Blue Kaioken Goku, except she's got that 50% damage reduction before she attacks, right? Blue Kaioken Goku never had, like, some kind of defensive tool the way Pan does. Pan can get absolutely blasted even with the damage reduction, but if she's fully built up, right, once you fully built this up and then you combo that with her 50%, she's looking good, right? And if you've got, like, that DOKKANFEST Kid Goku right here, the god, right, who can give damage reduction to allies, and he has the support, and he has all in the family with Pan is way better in slot 1 with that Kid Goku in slot 2 next to her. It makes her a lot better. Getting all in the family, defensive support, and extra damage reduction allows her to hang in there tough, right, against some of those big attacks from some of these red zone bosses. I would argue, see, it's funny, there's some people who say Pan is number 1 because, like, she could, like, nuke Broly off the face of the planet, right? And then there's a bunch of people who act like she's terrible when it's like, it's more so in between. Pan is very good, but she just did not get the help she needed to be great. Even Kid Goku is a perfect friend for her. Well, okay, Kid Goku is a great friend for her. I guess I can't say perfect, because in order for it to be perfect, it would be a character that could activate her unit super, it would be a character that could activate her guaranteed additional inner passive, character that could activate her active skill, right? Like, probably the biggest strength for Pan is her active skill. If you're not able to pop that off, she's severely, like, neutered as a character, right? Pan is good, though. Very strong. Ginyu is a god, right? Like, it's very obvious why Ginyu is so good. Again, you want to look at these designs, right? Like, let's look at them again. This the worst design character on this list, I probably would argue, is this right here, right? It's just like, all right, they get attack and defense on super, and then they're getting attack and defense right there, and then it's like, oh, they're getting, like, attack and defense, and that's pretty much all the damn shit they're doing, right? It's like, yeah, they do Rainbow Orb Change, which is sick, but for 3 turns? Like, come on, please. Like, this is not, like, a main rotation character that you're running a lot of the times. Like, it's ridiculous, right? This is what you don't want to go for. This, however, he's stacking, right? He has his support right here. Super effective against all types. He can transform, and then once he transforms, he heals, right? And then he's stacking attack in his transform state, where, you know, he stacks defense and base, stacks attack, transformed. You know, he gets a scouter in here. He can dodge and crit in his passive. He's got guaranteed additionals. This is what a crazy unit looks like. Now, one sort of downfall for him would be his link set, right? And that you pretty much have to run him with Ginyu Force units to be at max power. But currently, at the very least, Raccoon and Goldo and Berter and Jace are still hugely top tier characters. So it's not hurting him yet. Ginyu is really strong. Not overrated at all, because he's doing a lot of stuff, right? Again, super effective. He's got crits. He's got dodge. He's got the scouter. He's stacking. He has additionals, right? Like, that's a good unit, right? He could do huge amounts of damage while doing 50 other things, right? Ginyu is not, like, taking 6 things off the table and putting 7 things on. Ginyu's putting, like, 50 things on the table and taking, like, 1 off or something like that, right? Like, Ginyu's just bringing so much to the team. Very strong. And then Kid Goku, kind of a similar thing. This ability right here is, like, very exciting, because this is how, you know, they could sort of make up for some of these fumbles with these characters if they're going to release characters like this. I've found this ability to actually be like one of the strongest things a character can do. Just giving the whole rotation damage reduction and crit chance too. It is really powerful. I like that helps so much, right? And then Goku is Rainbow Orb changing. He's giving 50% support. Defensively he can be pretty good as well because he's getting crit and damage reduction on Rainbow Key Sphere. It's like, again, you look at these characters that, I rank highly, I value highly, and characters who could perform really well in these difficult content events. It's not just like, oh my golly, look at the damage, or, oh geez, they've got a 700k defensive stat. It's like, it's more than that. It's like, these like intangible abilities or damage reduction or guard or dodge, right? Just raw stats does not cut it anymore. And it's like, we look at this guy. What is he? He's basically just raw stats. Same with this guy right here. Like these two at the end are just raw stats. And that's why like Tech Ultimate Gohan's got his guard, right? Cell has his dodge and the crits and stuff like that, right? Like you could see like, I think what makes certain characters better than others, right? Those types of abilities. And when they're going to keep dropping these red zone stages like this, it's like, again, we need these damage reduction, guard, dodge, nullification, attack break type abilities. That's super important. So, all right, let's take a look at this. Yeah, I like this. Could I put Tech Gohan up? What if I had Tech Gohan at 6? Just put him above EGL, Cell, and Goku and Gohan. I don't think I would put him above Majin and Vegeta right now. You could probably talk me into putting Tech Gohan at 6. I'll be honest, you could. Super Saiyan 3 is fine. Dude, every time I drop one of these tier lists, I see people talking about this guy at 1. Please understand more matters than just damage. Now people always ask me to do these as well. So this is kind of like a secondary, like sort of like him. Tier, like rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I kind of like, section them off like this. I would probably rank it like this, I think. Is Goku in a tier of his own? No. I think I like him in a tier with Ginyu and Pan. I don't think I would drop Pan down. You maybe could, I guess, move Tech Ultimate Gohan up a slot. Maybe I would. Maybe I would do this. I think I might. I think I do like that, yeah. Yeah. I'm okay with this. So, let me know what you guys think of the top 10 Dokkan Fest TURs. Kid Goku is really strong. And again, giving like that much support to allies, Kid Goku can either get way better as time goes on or way worse as time goes on. A lot of it is going to depend on this part of his ability right here. If they just never go back to these categories, that's going to hurt this guy. But if, we start getting top 10 unit in the game contenders for these categories, then this Kid Goku is going to be an absolute, dynamo, right? Very, very powerful character. So, let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.